welcome you all in the course on DCCN, that is Data Communication and Computer Network. Today we will discuss TCP header format. In the last class we were discussing TCP protocol. So this is the header structure of the TCP protocol. The well-known fields are already there that you will look have into the source port and destination port to uniquely identify the application through which you are making a communication. You have this sequence number to uniquely identify each packet, not each packet, each byte. And you have an acknowledgement number to acknowledging the bytes that you have received. Then the header length. The length of the header defined by this header length. Some flags. These are flag bit. So we will look into the flag bits in detail. Just for the few flag bits, for these 3 flag bits we will discuss. The fin flag bit is used to close connection, means to finish a connection. So if this fin bit is set, that means it is a connection closure message. If this SYN bit is set, SYN bit is for connection initialization. So if this bit is set, that means it is a synchronization message to establish a connection. If this acknowledgement bit is set, that means it is an acknowledgement message which is sending this acknowledgement number about the up to which bytes have been acknowledged by the receiver. Then you have the window size here. This window size is the receiver advertised window size for sliding window protocol for dynamic buffer management. So with this window size, the receiver is announcing that what is the available buffer space in the receiver side. This is 16-bit window size. So we have 32-bit sequence number, 32-bit acknowledgement number, 16-bit window size. Certain checksum is here to check that the correctness of the received data. Here urgent pointer. If you want to send some message urgently by bypassing the queue to the transport layer queue, then this urgent pointer is used. Transport layer queue is FIFO, means first in first out queue. So whatever byte has been came first, it will send that byte first. So if you set the urgent pointer message which is sending this acknowledgement number, if you set the urgent pointer, it says that this particular data is urgent, that should not wait inside the queue for this first come first serve queue behavior. Then you have some optional field, and finally the data which is coming from the application layer, that means the payload for this packet. Now the TCP sequence number and acknowledgement number is 32-bit. So every byte on a TCP connection has its own 32-bit sequence number. So because it is a byte stream oriented protocol that we have seen earlier, so TCP, it uses sliding window based flow control. Acknowledgement number, it contains the next expected byte in order which acknowledges the cumulative bytes that have been received by the receiver. So the example is that if you receive an acknowledgement number 31245, that means the receiver has correctly received all the bytes up to 31244. That's why we are saying this is cumulative acknowledgement, and it is expecting the byte 31245. So that way it is the cumulative acknowledgement number. So once you are getting an acknowledgement number, it means that all the bytes before that number, immediately before that number, has been received correctly by the receiver, and it is expecting that particular byte. So we looked into that the TCP message boundary, we call it as a segment. So the sending and the receiving TCP entities, they exchange the data in the form of segment. In general, a segment consists of a fixed 20 byte header plus an optional part. So the header format that we have looked earlier, the TCP segment header followed by 0 or more data bits. So if it is a connection message or connection closure message like the SYN message or the FIN message, we do not have any data. But if it is a data message, you may have additional data which is along with that segment. So this is all for today. In the next class we will discuss UDP in detail.